Details ahead. NBC Palm Springs at 5 starts right now.
Now, connecting the valley, this is NBC Palm Springs at 5.
Good evening. Thank you for joining us. I'm Olivia Sandusky.
And I'm Mark Mester. Let's get right to tonight's top story. One local restaurant has been hit hard with some controversy after a social media video was made where the guests say they felt uncomfortable with a comment staff made to them. Our Brett Rosen is live in studio tonight. He's got the story. Brett?
Mark, it was a group of women celebrating a bachelorette weekend here in Palm Springs, and they say they'll never forget it, especially after they claimed that a waiter at the Tropical Palm Springs made an inappropriate comment towards one of them, which they say left them speechless.
Another service member walked by her and whispered in her ear, delicious.
It was a social media response after a group of women who were enjoying a bachelorette weekend in Palm Springs say they felt uncomfortable when a waiter at the Tropical in Palm Springs made an inappropriate comment.
I heard from behind me someone go, delicious, in a suggestive tone, I think is probably the best way to describe it.
Nicole, who's the bride's sister, says immediately after the comment was made, she felt uneasy. And when trying to talk to the staff about what was said, she says their response was, quote, "He does that," which Tropical owner Tony DeLimbo says was a conversation that was never logged or mentioned to management. But what sparked that social media video was when one of the friends in the group left a Yelp review, and DeLimbo replied saying things like to grow up, and that you should be thrilled that someone found you and your friend attractive. And when asked about his response on Yelp, he says that the interaction never happened, according to his employees. But if it did, he says it could have been worse.
It's not like one of the servers grabbed her butt or touched her or was vulgar with her. It wasn't that. Apparently, she's claiming that one of the servers said something. Again, they're denying it to me. So, that's it. And even if they would have said what she said, to me, it's not that offensive.
The situation has now sparked conversations online to boycott the restaurant. Nicole says the point of the Yelp review and social media posts was to never hurt the business, but instead wanting them to be better.
As a business owner, it is your responsibility to make sure that your customers are happy and satisfied with their service. And so if I'm saying that something upset me and made me uncomfortable, whether or not that was their intention or not, I would expect their response to be more understanding and try and resolve the situation.
Though different opinions on what happened, something that rang true for both parties is that neither have spoken about the situation since it happened last Friday. Live in studio, I'm Brett Rosen, NBC Palm Springs.
Brett, thank you. We have a development in a decades-old cold case. A La Quinta man is now behind bars after being named a murder suspect in a 2002 house party shooting. 46-year-old Alex Anthony Uribe was arrested on Friday on suspicion of murder. That's according to the Riverside County Sheriff's Department. Deputies say Indio resident 27-year-old Hernan Marquez was shot and killed after a fight at a home on Avenida Mendoza in August of 2002. This case was cold for more than 20 years before being reopened with new forensic developments and support from the Riverside County District Attorney's Office Gang Impact Team. Uribe is expected to make his first court appearance on Tuesday in Indio, and the investigation is still ongoing at this time.
A Cathedral City man will be sentenced in June to 16 years in state prison following a child molestation case. 67-year-old David Hadley Pio pleaded guilty on Friday to 2 counts of lewd acts on a minor and a deal with the Riverside County District Attorney's Office. 2 other related felony charges were dismissed in exchange. A judge scheduled sentencing for June 12th over at the Larson Justice Center in Indio. Pio is currently being held without bail at the Smith Correctional Facility in Banning. Prosecutors say the abuse occurred in 2010 after 2 brothers were sent to stay at Pio's home while their mother faced financial hardship. Authorities allege the abuse happened repeatedly and that child pornography was later found during a 2012 search of his home. The case has been pending for more than 1 decade.
Construction began today on a $7.5 million plus upgrade at Demuth Park in Palm Springs. City officials say the project will improve access, safety, and amenities for families and pet owners. Improvements include new permanent large and small dog parks, ADA parking spaces, and converting a 2-acre dirt lot into a 165-stall paved parking lot with drainage upgrades. Crews will also repave existing lots, restore sidewalks and pathways, and build a new restroom facility. The project is expected to be finished in October. During construction, both dog parks will close, with residents encouraged to use the David H. Reddy Palm Springs Dog Park instead.
Qualifying action continues today over in Indian Wells for the BNP Paribas Open. The main draw was announced just this afternoon. On the women's side, we have world number 1 Aryna Sabalenka. She anchors the top half and opens against either a qualifier or Alicia Parks. And then we have number 2 seed Iga Swiatek, opening up against either a qualifier or could face number 32 seed Maria Sakkari. That's going to be in the 3rd round. On the men's side, we have top-ranked Carlos Alcaraz. He headlines the field alongside 24-time major champion Novak Djokovic. There's also defending BNP Paribas Open champion Jack Draper, who's returning this year. Main draw matches begin Wednesday. This tournament runs through March 15th.
Something impacting the tournament this year, a handful of tennis players who were set to compete in Indian Wells are stuck in Dubai due to the missile strikes happening in the Middle East. The Association of Tennis Professionals released a statement this morning saying, quote, "The ATP is closely monitoring the evolving situation in the Middle East and remains in regular contact with players, their support teams, and relevant local authorities. At this stage, travel arrangements remain subject to ongoing assessment in line with airline operations and official guidance." And a reminder, with the tournament action happening in Indian Wells, there will be some delays throughout the 2-week duration. That congestion will fluctuate throughout the day at the intersection of Washington Street and Highway 111. The busiest times will be in the morning around 9:30 until around 12:30, and then things pick up again from 4:30 in the afternoon until 6 in the evening as the alternate evening matches begin. Our friends at CV Sync recommend you skip the intersection entirely during those times.
Live pictures tonight from our Agua Caliente casino camera high above right there in Rancho Mirage. We're going to get a check on the forecast in just a moment, but first we wanted to talk about this. A major serve of star power is here in the desert tonight. It's both on and off the court. We're talking about the taste of tennis over at the Grand Hyatt in Indian Wells. It's where we find our Pablo Alsina this evening. Hey, Pablo.
Hey, Mark. Hello, everyone. Here, the taste of tennis with world-ranked number 5 player Jessica Pegula. First of all, congratulations on winning in Dubai. How are you feeling heading into this tournament?
Yeah, I'm feeling great. Super excited to be here. Always nice to come off a good tournament win and come to a somewhat home tournament here in the U.S. and hopefully I can keep it going.
Yeah, and keep the party going because your birthday was last week. So you won, then it was your birthday.
Yeah.
Now this tournament, nice little birthday present if you can win here also.
Yeah, that would be a nice extended birthday present just to keep the birthday vibes going. But yeah, got to celebrate a little bit after Dubai. And then obviously coming here is not a bad place to be post-birthday. So still getting a couple late belated birthdays and late Dubai congrats, messages.
What's it like to play in this tournament?
Oh, it's so much fun. I mean, the fans are amazing. I feel like they come out and show so much support, especially for Americans, and the venue's beautiful. I think they do an amazing job at the tournament of showcasing all the players on amazing courts and practices. So it's one of the best places, I think, for a player to experience the fans. So I think that's probably my favorite part.
And since we're in Taste of Tennis, real quick, what does Jessica Pegula eat? What's your favorite food, and what do you eat before a big match?
I mean, before a big match, I keep it simple, but I think my favorite, I love tacos. I love tacos. So yeah, anything with a taco on it, yeah, that's all me.
Agree with her. One, she's awesome. Two, she likes tacos. Quickly on the weather, it's going to be beautiful for them. A lot cooler than it was last week. No more of those temperatures in 98, 99 degrees, but we're still going to be hot the next 3 days. If you look at the 3-day Comfort Air forecast, temperatures 88, then 80, and finally by next Monday, we're going to drop down to those low 80s. But come on out, watch Jessica Pegula play. I'm Pablo Alsina. Back to you guys in the studio.
All right, Pablo, thank you. We have more local news tonight. In a recent report, Palm Springs Plaza Theater's foundation says the newly restored venue is already exceeding expectations economically. The report says 66% of ticket buyers are visiting from out of town and boosting the local economy. The theater is projected to generate $40 million annually in economic impact, with an estimated $4 million in annual tax benefits for the city. Hotel partners are also seeing a rise in bookings. Hotel Zoso and the Thompson Palm Springs reported an increase, especially with multiple weekends sold out. The venue has hosted 94 events in just its first 90 days, featuring artists like Cynthia Erivo, Lily Tomlin, and Jane Lynch, while also serving as home to local groups like the Palm Springs Gay Men's Chorus and the Palm Springs Symphony.
Coming up next tonight, a Riverside County woman is guilty of stalking an ICE officer back to their home. We've got more details on this story coming up.
Plus, the latest on the U.S.-Iran war, how our local politicians are reacting to the latest violence. That's right after this break.
Committed to covering our community. You're watching NBC Palm Springs at 5.
Welcome back. 2 women have been found guilty of felony stalking after prosecutors say they followed a federal immigration officer home and live streamed that on social media. The Department of Justice says one of the women is Riverside resident Cynthia Regozo, who was convicted Friday on 1 count of stalking. The other woman is Colorado resident Ashley Brown. During a 4-day trial, jurors heard evidence that the pair followed an ICE officer from a federal building in downtown Los Angeles to his home last August. They recorded the encounter live on Instagram. Authorities say the officer's wife and young children witnessed the incident, and the family later relocated due to safety concerns. A federal judge has set sentencing for June 8th, both women facing up to 5 years in prison.
Tonight, President Trump is defending the decision to join Israel in attacking Iran. Operation Epic Fury has killed nearly 50 top Iranian leaders, including the Ayatollah. NBC's Gary Grumbach has the latest tonight from Washington.
The United States and Israel continuing to pound Iran with bombs and missiles for a 3rd straight day. President Trump at the White House explaining why he decided to attack now, after weeks of negotiations with the Iranians.
Our country itself would be under threat, and it was very nearly under threat.
Iran and its allies responding with drone and missile attacks across the region, hitting targets in at least 10 Middle East countries, including Saudi Arabia, Qatar, and the United Arab Emirates. Dramatic video after Kuwait shot down 3 American F-15 fighter jets in an apparent friendly fire incident. All 6 crew members survived. The Pentagon confirming today at least 6 U.S. service members have now died after Iranian attacks in the region over the weekend. The president insisting Operation Epic Fury is ahead of schedule after the initial barrage killed nearly 50 top Iranian leaders, including the Ayatollah.
Right from the beginning, we projected 4 to 5 weeks, but we have capability to go far longer than that. We'll do it.
The conflict stranding hundreds of thousands of travelers caught in the middle. Americans like Oliver Sims finding themselves unable to get back to the U.S. with airports and airspace across the Middle East suddenly shut down.
I have no idea as to how I'm going to get out of here. Some people are thinking about going and driving to other countries and then catching flights out of there. And so I'm still weighing several different options.
I don't think they know what they are doing.
On Capitol Hill, Democrats slamming the president's decision to go to war.
They've spent through billions of dollars already. I think folks at home want cheaper health care, cheaper housing. I go on and on. They don't want billions spent on unnecessary wars overseas and Americans coming home in flag-draped caskets.
The White House is briefing top congressional leaders from both parties on Operation Epic Fury today and will meet with all members of Congress tomorrow. A bipartisan group of lawmakers says it will vote on a bill this week to rein in President Trump's ability to take further action in Iran. But even if it passes, the president will likely veto it. Gary Grumbach, NBC News, Washington.
And following the conflict, we're hearing from our local representatives. Congressman Raul Ruiz issued a statement on social media which says, quote, "My heart breaks for the service members killed and severely injured. There was no proof or evidence given to Congress and the American people of an imminent threat to the U.S., and Trump sent them anyway. It didn't have to be this way, and I will demand answers."
And Congressman Ken Calvert provided NBC Palm Springs with a statement that reads, quote, "President Trump's decision to launch Operation Epic Fury will protect America and our allies by eliminating the Iranian regime's ability to wage terror and threaten its enemies. It will also provide the Iranian people with the historic opportunity to shape their own future free from oppression." We'll be right back.
Welcome back. Let's take a live look outside our Walter Clark Highway 111 camera. A gorgeous night to enjoy a little tennis fun and maybe taste some of the best food that the Tennis Gardens has to offer. And we're over live at the Grand Hyatt in Indian Wells. Our Pablo Alsina getting a little taste of tennis tonight, talking to some professional athletes and enjoying all that delicious food. Pablo, how's it going out there?
I'm still waiting for the food because I wanted to do these interviews first. I'm here with Faida Molina from Taste of Tennis. The vibe, the smells, sensational. Tell us about this event.
Yeah, so this is the Taste of Tennis. It's tennis and culinary all in one place ahead of the tournament. We have over 17 chefs here tonight. We have drinks from Clos de Bois, espresso martinis from Segafredo. It's a good time. You got to be here.
People have to be here not only for the tennis, for the food. So from different countries, all kinds of different food.
All types. We have seafood. We have different types of protein. We have vegan options, vegetarian options. You got a little bit of everything here and dessert.
And we also have really good weather. Real quick, let's look at the 7-day forecast, because if you're going to come out for tennis, the temperatures are again in the 80s. And if you see the 7 days, we're going to drop down to actually the 70s by next Monday and stay in that mid to low 80s, which is a lot better than this record heat which we had. But I still want to talk a little bit more about the food here, because Faida, you arrived in town yesterday and we set a record for the hottest day ever on the date. I think you had a little something to do with that.
I did. When the Taste of Tennis is in town, the heat goes up.
Here, can you hold the microphone?
I will, and you
while
have to try
So
the
what
steak
am I
and
eating?
potatoes from LG's.
Mmm.
And that's just one.
Oh, sensational. If it was without a doubt, that was an ace. 120 mile per hour ace right down the center. Taste of Tennis. Sensational. BNP Paribas Open. We spoke with Jessica, so hopefully she will win it. I'm already winning because of this great food. Thank you so much, Faida. I'm going to go eat a little bit more, but keep it here on NBC Palm Springs. And I'm telling you, this LG steak was delicious. Yum, yum, yum.
NBC Palm Springs Sports with Tim O'Brien, powered by Agua Caliente Casino.
The 2026 Desert Smash officially underway here from the La Quinta Resort and Club. An unbelievable morning and afternoon full with pickleball athletes and celebrities from sports to entertainment. The likes of former Dodger J.D. Martinez, Jarvis Landry, who played in the NFL, Ted Danson here in attendance, and then the #1 pickleball player in the world, Ben Johns, in attendance as well. That's all going to charity, multiple charities around the Coachella Valley, of course. But most importantly, this morning, we know our national champs, our Coachella Valley Scorpions, held a clinic this morning for high-end pickleball players on behalf of sponsorships through the pickleball world. When you make it this big, like Kim Jade and the crew did with the Coachella Valley Scorpions, you get to hold cool events such as the one they did this morning.
My name is Kim Jade. I'm the co-owner of the Coachella Valley Scorpions, and this is our other business. This is called Scorpion Pickleball Camps, and we are running a high-end clinic for the folks at Desert Smash 2026.
A seamless serve between tennis tradition and pickleball passion. The Coachella Valley Scorpions teaming up with Desert Smash at La Quinta Resort and Club.
So Desert Smash is a long-running, 20 years plus, tennis fundraiser. And they decided, in their infinite wisdom, which is great for us, to include pickleball 3 years ago. Pickleball and tennis should get along. They should coexist peacefully.
50 sponsors sharpening their skills, guided by 8 professional players, including a former world #1.
My name is Pete Aldridge. I have a professional tennis background. Tennis translates really well to pickleball. I'm not playing much tennis anymore, but pickleball came along and it was just so much fun. They're going to see very high-level pickleball, and it should be really fun.
And the star power, former Bachelor Matt James picking up a paddle and joining the pros. Proof this clinic wasn't just competitive, it was completely celebrity-studded. With NBC Palm Springs, I'm Caitlin Kelly.
Well, the Desert Smash continues tomorrow here from La Quinta Resort and Club. Some other celebrities, the likes of Eric McCormick from Will and Grace, Lance Bass will be in attendance as well, our buddy there from the Palm Springs Animal Shelter. But of course, stick with us tomorrow for the next few weeks live here in La Quinta for the BNP Paribas Open as well. Live at the La Quinta Resort and Club, I'm Tim O'Brien.
All right, finally tonight, Spider-Man co-stars Tom Holland and Zendaya are now married. That's according to the actress's stylist. Law Roach says the 29-year-old Hollywood elite's wedded secret Rumors started swirling after Zendaya was spotted with a gold band last month that appears to have taken the place of a diamond ring, which she wore to the Golden Globes in 2025. Zendaya and Holland did not immediately respond to a request for comment, but congratulations to the newlyweds.
Yeah, very sweet. They always have very cute videos together on social media, so we wish them all the best.
Can say that. All right, Nightly News is coming up next, and we're back at 6 with the latest local headlines. We'll see you then.